Oh, yeah. Hey. Can you dig it? Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Friday night on Untethered Live. I'm your host, Jake Johnson, and joining me always is the bandhammer, Amanda.
Howdy, Untethered Live.
What's happening? How are you? How's the world treating you? How's life? How's things? What's your social security number?
Wet, and you know all the other answers.
Oh, yeah. I like it. It's nice to be here. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. I never will with that attitude, but that's the way it is. How's the world treating you guys? Who's first in chat? What's going on out there? Have you heard the news? Amy's first in chat. She says, Isaiah 41:10, do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Hi, Jake and Amanda and Untethered Live family. Hello, and that is correct. God does have a righteous right hand. I don't know about his left hand, but his right hand is pretty powerful, according to the Bible. And these words are mirrored by Jesus Christ, where he says, fear not, neither you be dismayed. And then he continues with a positive affirmation of some sort. These are good words. Always, always face every day with strength and righteousness. And don't be afraid of anything that moves, ever. God's got you. Just remember that. And you get a gold star for being first in chat. You saw that coming, didn't you? Judy's up. She says, hi, Amy. And hi, Jake and Amanda. Hi, Judy. How are you? Nice to see you.
Hi, Judy.
Judy. Judy. What are you doing, Judy? Amanda?
I said hi, Judy. Oh, hamburger helper hand, Amy and Judy. And Amy, here's your gold star. I don't know why that didn't post.
I don't either. But you get one, I promise.
Hey, I posted it. It's on my phone.
But we'll look into the Department of Star Givers. We'll have to figure out who's
YouTube
slacking on their job. I didn't block it.
YouTube did for whatever reason.
Well, give them another one. Give her 5 of them and see what happens.
And hi, Untethered Live family. Good to see y'all.
Camel.
No.
Oh.
Hope everybody had a good week. And hi, Jake. How are you tonight?
Camely. Sitting on go with a camel. Go. Anyway, Linda's here. She says, hi, Amy, Judy, Amanda, and Jake. Hi. How are you? And by the way, the answer is I'm fantastic. I have a little scratchy voice and a little hoarse like a Miss Piggy on a prom night, but that's all right. Other than that, I'm glad to be off my feet. I'm glad to be sitting here with my friends and having a good time with you guys. I'm glad for the stress to be away from me. It's been a stressful week. I needed like a voodoo priest to walk around me and flick various substances on my back just to get away from it all. What a week. It's over. It's over and done with. Here I am, a brand new man. I saw the light. I've been baptized by the fire in your heart and the touch in your thighs. Wait a minute.
Wow.
Is that the right song?
Yeah, but I think you kind of messed up a few of the words there.
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I'm pretty sure I got laid to that song more than they did. Anyway, Amanda says,
hamburger helper hand,
Linda. Judy says, hey, Linda. How is everybody? How do you feel now that you know the truth? What truth, you might ask? You mean the whole world's not talking about it? The truth? That aliens are real? Have you not heard? Barack Obama said under his breath they're real, and by the way, I haven't seen any. Because that's how people speak when they're talking a lot and they're not really paying attention to what's being asked of them. It was a total misspeak, but the media ran with it. And then Trump did the same thing where he says, well, he got into classified information. It's not classified because it's not real. But anyway, we now have to think about Hey, look over here.
Yeah,
Don't worry about what's going on over here.
I was just gonna say, let's look over here. Why something else is happening over here?
It's
Pay
a magic
attention.
trick, yes. But aliens are real. There is fuckery afoot.
Always.
I'm guessing. Anyway, that's it for the news. Moving on. What it is? What's up, brother? Nice to see you, my friend. How are you? He says, hello, Jake, Amanda, and to all Untethered Live family. Smiley face and how?
Hamburger helper and what it is.
Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Aaron's back.
Imagine that.
What's up, brother? Long time no see. I've been worried about you. You don't call, you don't write, no smoke signals. I'm beginning to think you just don't like me anymore.
No, Amy just keeps him stuck in her cup holder.
Cup holder, Aaron. It's all right. I understand.
Debbie keeps Kevin locked in the basement, and Amy keeps Aaron locked in the cup holder.
I keep my cup attached to my hand.
Yeah.
My hand or yours. That's why it's always full.
Cup gets more attention than I do.
It does not.
It does. It gets more lips than I do, too.
It does not. Anyway, don't you want to have a cup with me and talk about your lips? If so, go to the kitchen, pour yourself up a nice hot cup of coffee, and let's get to talking about it. If you don't have a cup, you can get one in the description below. I recommend the first one. It has my face on it. It is fantastic, but guess what? Now you can get coffee with it down there. Go check it out. And a whole assortment of thermoses and tumblers and pickles in a pouch down there. Go check it out. I now have pickle in a pouch. So go get it. And like, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chats are available in the chat box if you'd like to show a little bit of love. If you'd like to, you can do that at CashApp, $JakeJohnsonBand, or PayPal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. I greatly appreciate that very much. It does help a lot, and I'm very grateful. But also, if you want to go hang out with us outside of the YouTubeverse, you can do that over at Facebook.com/UntetheredLiveChillin'. The link is in the chat. Go over there and share pictures, text, videos, memes, and get to know each other. There's a private group chat over there for everybody here. It's just us. It's nobody else. Not all of Facebook and no random lurkers. It's just us. So you can be reasonably sure that you're having a quasi-private conversation over there. And also, there are videos that are updated regularly that are adjacent to or talking about the things that we talk about over here. It's entertaining. It's free. It's fun. It's yours. It's available. So go check it out. So there it is. And now, back to you, the good stuff. Judy says, hey, what it is? What it is says, Friday, Friday. I can dig it. Or I can dig it. Nope. I can dig the music it. I got it. There's a musical note. It just doesn't look like one. It's actually a treble clef. I can dig it too, what it is. He says, ham bammer. You don't know the half of it. And Judy says, good, Jake. I am fantastic, Judy. Thank you for asking. My mustache is tingling with excitement. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. And Amy, here are all of your stars and some camels to go along with it. See if YouTube takes that from you. And while you're at it, killer, why don't you chuck that at him and see what you can do with that. That should take care of old lobster head. It's a movie reference. Aaron says, yo. What's up, buddy? Nice to see you. How you faring out there in the world? And stuff and junk. Amanda says,
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Hamburger helper hand, Aaron.
Judy says, hey, Aaron. Aaron says, Amanda Pando, what's up? Pando Commando, Amanda Panda. And what it is says, booty, booty, boo. Booty, 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 boo. Thank you, hi, booty. Okay.
Booty Judy.
Booty Judy. Judy booty. Got it.
Booty.
Aaron says, hello, everybody, and hey, Jake. Hey. What's up, Aaron?
That was Fat Albert.
Huh?
That was Fat Albert.
It was. OBKB. Amy says, hello, Aaron. Very formal, very polite, very definitely nondescript. Now, what it is, what's the benefits of getting a gold star? Is that just for the live tonight? Or does that build up things for like an attaboy or brownie points? Well, it's a totally fictitious, completely quasi, not quite insane way of saying thank you for being first in chat. It doesn't do anything. It's just a star. It's not even yours. You can't even take it. It's just a thing you can see with your eyes, and then it goes away. But it's my gift to you because I love you. Amy says, fallen angels. Obama doesn't know about angels. Right. I think he does. I have a theory. That the Bible says that the world is ran by the prince of darkness, that he is the prince of the air, Satan. He runs the show. If that's true, if the Bible is correct and that Satan does run the world, what would you expect to see? Well, you would expect to see that our world leaders would be in league with the darkness on a higher plane than you would be accustomed to seeing. It's not like they'd be having meetings in the White House with angels, but there would definitely be some secret stuff at the top that they don't ever quite talk about, and they're always vague with their answers, and they never quite say what it is that they're trying not to say, because they are talking with people that are above them, people whose names you don't know, people whose faces you've never seen, shadowy entities. That's the kind of thing you would expect to see if that's true. It is true. We do live in a world that is ran by Satan and the darkness that he encompasses, and our world leaders are in league with him. That's why bad things keep happening despite all of the good people trying to be so wholesome and do good things. The world is steadily heading towards shit. Why? Because Satan is running the show, and they can only do so much. And at the very, very top, they know. And they have known for a long time. This is not new. If you go back to any document that we have in history, all the way back to the book of Enoch, it's there. These entities are controlling the show. Way back a long time ago, God appointed certain angels over provinces of the world to run that portion of the world. And as far as I know, they're still doing it. Okay? So there's that. And absolutely, there's going to be an influx of fallen angels at the end, as it was in the days of Noah. Christ said that. He said, as in the days of Noah, so will the end be. Well, what was it like in the days of Noah? They were out in the open. They were running the world in full view of everybody. That's why God destroyed the world. That's the main reason. There are other reasons, but that's the main one. Well, they didn't all get destroyed, and they're still here. And in the end times, they're going to come back in full force in plain view for everybody to see. What are we going to call them? Well, obviously, they want us to believe that God doesn't exist. There's been a big push for atheism in the world. There's been a big push for evolution and science and, life out there, the Fermi paradox and all of that. Absolutely, they're going to call themselves aliens. Now, if you go back to the book of Enoch, which is one of the oldest documents we have, it will tell you in plain Hebrew, not English, plain Hebrew, that they drive around in craft. If you go to the book of Ezekiel, he'll tell you the same thing. He saw craft. So they maneuver in vehicles. That's what we're seeing in the skies. That's what that is. So it's always been here. It's going to be more prevalent in the near future. And there's going to be a disclosure, and we're going to be told that there are aliens and they came from another planet. They did not come from another planet. They came from another realm from the hand of God, and then they fell away from God and took over the world. God's going to come back and correct all of that shortly thereafter, so you just have to wait. But know in your heart what this is. This is not aliens. That's my piece. Theory, you tell me. What it is says the truth is, and also we're about to go to war with Iran. Sorry. Chat jumped.
8:37.
8:37. The truth is Iran's fixing to get their ass handed to them. It's way long overdue, and they're fixing to get this and the chicken fat. I agree. Well, there's also that. And this is a perfect, what do you call it? Diversion. This is a perfect diversion away from what's actually happening. You got Iran and you got the Epstein files. They just arrested Prince Andrew. That's a world leader. That's against what I thought would happen. I thought some low-level creeps would get arrested, but nobody would ever, fall. That's a world leader. Prince Andrew, he's up there. He got arrested this week. That's a big thing. Look over here. There's aliens. Don't pay attention to what's happening over here.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. So we got Iran, and we got that, and we got Israel. What's going on in Israel? All three of those things, we want you looking somewhere else. Because those things are way too hot to look at right now. If you go back and look, every single time in history that the news has brought out aliens or talked about UFOs, there was some shady stuff in the government going on they did not want you to know about at the time that you know about now. Go back and compare the timelines. Every time aliens come out, that's the reason, because it's a diversion away from what's going on. It's no different this time. Aaron says aliens are real. Just spray them with ice and boom.
Yeah, illegal aliens.
Yeah. Aaron says, I've been sick as 3 dogs and a poodle. Oh, that's horrible, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're feeling better. Judy says, do you feel better now, Aaron? How about now? How about now? How about now? I'm not touching you. 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 How you feel about aliens?
I don't think they're aliens.
I don't either. Well, that clears it up. I'm glad you had a thought.
I mean, I don't think they're aliens. I think they're angels.
Yep, I do too. Amy says it's supposed to be an easy night, but no. Freaking pizza parties everywhere. Watch out for those. I hear they're dangerous. And, pedo-y. I could build a tiny house with all the pizza boxes I've thrown in the dumpster tonight. Maybe you should do that. It's not a bad idea. Fill them up with sand, stack them on top of each other, put some glue on them. Wall. You're welcome. Not a bad idea. You could save up all the years you worked there. You could save up all your pizza boxes and have a mansion at the end of it all.
Right.
Judy says, I hope they share, Amy. Yeah, right. At least are you getting any pizza out of the deal?
I hear you there, Aaron. Feel better soon, man.
I hope so. Well, Amanda hadn't been feeling real good today either.
The past few days.
Yeah. It seems to be going around. Aaron says, I feel okay, Judy. Only allergy stuff left. Well, that's good. Amy says, just the trash, Judy. Just the trash. That's not good. Tell them people, as hard as you work, you deserve a pizza too. Judy says, that's good, Aaron. What it is says, which lips? The ones that argue or the ones that apologize? Right. Debbie's here. She says, hamburger helper hand. Hi, Debbie. How are you, sweet lady? Nice to see you. How do you feel about aliens taking over the world and all that jazz? Aaron says, plus, they keep me at work. Someone left, and I'm getting moved up again. Well, that's good, isn't it? Isn't that a promotion? Promotion means more money, don't it? I hope. Fingers crossed. Judy says, how rude, Amy. They should share. I agree. Absolutely. Or at least sneak a slice. Balk somebody over the head. They're drunk anyway. They'll never know. And Judy says, hey, Debbie. Aaron says, screw Uber. I'll start a lip service. Screw Uber. I'll start a lip service. Does Uber offer lips?
No.
What is Uber? Are you talking about how they do their pricing and have an app? I'm not exactly sure what Uber has to do with a lip service, but you should start a lip service. You'd probably be a great gigolo. You got the looks. You got the moves like Jagger. All you need is a pair of bell bottoms and a big old hat. And learn how to say things like, "Where's my money?" Judy says, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and fudge comes from Uranus.
Yeah.
Women are Mars, and men are from Mars, and women are from Venus, and I speak Venusian.
Hamburger helper hand, Debbie.
Yeah. What it is says, can you explain the payout that you get every month? And what dollar amount is it set? Is it a set amount that you get, or does YouTube add to it? That was interesting how you explained that the other night. Well, didn't I explain it?
No, not really. You just
Okay.
kind of give a rundown.
All right, well, that's the only thing I can do. Here's how it works. Whatever I get from Super Chats and Super Thanks, YouTube takes 30% of that off the top.
32.
And I get whatever's left. 32%. Is it 32 now?
32.
Wow. And I get whatever's left. So I recommend that if you want, and the channel needs that. So if you want to do that, do small numbers, like $10, $5, $1, whatever it is you're going to do. Do under $20. If you intend to give over $20, do it on Cash App or PayPal, because they don't take 30%. They take a couple dollars for the transaction fee, like using a credit card. And so it's like maybe it's $2 or $1 on every 100 or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what the number is. But so Super Chats and Super Thanks and stickers and all that, I get whatever. They take 30%, I get the rest. Anything I get on Cash App or dollar or on PayPal, I get whatever that is, 100%.
Now,
YouTube doesn't take any of that.
when you do it on YouTube, he only gets paid once a month.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
I got to set it up first. Okay. So that goes into an escrow account, and they have a payout limit. So if I make under $100, they just hang on to it until the next month. If I make over $100, then they'll pay out. And they pay out on the 23rd of every month, something like that. So that's pretty much it. Ads, the ads that run on the show, that's not very much money right now. That's a couple of pennies. I mean, really. Like, if I add up the whole month, it might be 13, 15 cents, something like that. I think the most I ever got was like $5 off of that. And that was a viral video. So that's only going to come into play when I start getting tens of thousands of views down the road. That's when that's going to add up. It doesn't add up unless you have concurrent view times. So it's based on watch hours. If you don't watch the ads, they don't pay out. If you skip them or whatever. So that's how that works. So it's all a racket. Basically, they are the distributor and I am the creator, and I'm basically working for free or whatever I can get because I'm so charming. That's pretty much it. That's the transaction. So the way that you do that is you have to offer something, or else people don't want to transact. So I deal in wisdom and in carnal knowledge and other things that most people don't think about. That I'm a person that you couldn't stand to be in a room with for 20 minutes in real life, but it looks pretty good on a square box, you know.
And if he gets a whole bunch of money throughout the year from YouTube, he has to pay taxes on that.
Well, there's that. That's any money that you make, you have to pay taxes on.
Well, yes, but he's a 1099, considered a 1099.
Yeah, subcontractor. So that's the breakdown of how it works. So if you can count, I mean, you get to see it when it happens. Super Chats are on the screen, so you can count. If I don't make $100, I don't get paid. Simple as that. But whatever I get paid on Cash App and YouTube, I mean, I can't say PayPal for some reason. Cash App and PayPal, that goes to me. So I hope that answered your question. That's as forthright and as transparent as I can be. I can't tell you the super secret stuff or I'd have to kill you.
I don't even know the super secret stuff.
Hence why she's still talking.
You know what?
I know a lot of what's. Which one are you referring to?
Just remember who you got to lay down next to.
I do know that one, too.
And who feeds you?
I do know that one, too.
And who makes your coffee?
I do know that one, too.
Okay.
All right. Linda says, hamburger helper hand, Debbie. And Amy says, did you get your fishing line? Aaron, did you lose your fishing line? What happened? Where did the fishing line come into the conversation?
Clearly, it was a conversation they were having about something.
Oh, extra untethered live-ish conversation.
Yeah,
I got it.
the cup holder conversations.
Cup holder talk. Like pillow talk, but rounder. Okay. Mabel's here. She says, ciao, everyone. Hello, Mabel. How are you, sweet lady? Nice to see you.
Hamburger helper hand, Mabel.
How's the weather in Canada now the aliens are real? And how does that affect the price of eggs? Aaron says, yes. Then I messed up and wasted half of it.
Oh, no.
The fishing line? Yeah, you got to be careful with that stuff. It comes in a roll. How did you lose half a roll of fishing line?
He says it later on down in the chat.
I'm excited. I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah, it's good. Typical male stuff.
Oh, yeah. I'm guessing he tied something up with it.
No.
That's what I would have done. I would have used it for everything except fishing. Linda says, hamburger helper hand, Mabel. And Judy says, hey, Mabel. Aaron says, I had to spool the reel again. And I was mad at myself because this crazy neighbor came over and was talking about ... guns. Oh, was talking about guns, so I wasn't paying attention. Oh, okay. So you let it reel out and you had to pull it all back in. Got it. Well, that's not wasting half of it. That's just letting half of it out and you got to pull it all back.
Do if it gets in a tangle and because he wasn't paying attention.
Oh, it got in a tangle and you had to cut it. I see. That's rough. What kind of fishing line are we talking about? Like 100-pound test or 10-pound test?
Probably, he likes to do that saltwater stuff.
Probably thick, yeah. Amy says AI is taking over the world. They learn by coming into chats and are educating themselves on human interactions. Yes, that, and we've been teaching them since the 90s. You ever filled out a CAPTCHA? Or CAPTCHA? You know that thing that says, how many bicycles are in this frame? Right? You have to pick the squares wherever there's a bicycle, or they'll give you a picture of a word that's got lines through the letters, and you have to type what it says, usually something random. Well, there's two things happening when you do that part. Number one, you are transcribing all of the paper books into digital form all over the world because some college got the bright idea of making this CAPTCHA, and then they turned the entire internet into a supercomputer to do the crunching so that not one person is actually transcribing all the books. So every time that happens throughout the world, you're transcribing a portion of a book and it's going into a digital file and then it's compiled into that book later on down the road. So there's that. And then the picture portion of that is added on later. That is to train AI as to how to decipher between a face and a picture of a face, or a dog, or a particular face in a crowd of people, or something like that. So it's learning the boundaries of 2D images by those things. So we're doing that too. Pretty much everything you do on the internet, if it's free, it's not free. Nothing's free. Facebook, you are the product. That's why it's free. They're selling you. They're selling your metadata. They're collecting information on the things that you post and the things you read and the people you hang out with and all of that. And they're building data sets based on your personality and based on who you hang out with and who you talk to and what you talk about and what your likes and interests are and things like that. And all of that goes into a big file titled You in capital letters. And that's what's happening. And we give up our rights and our freedoms for free email. Think about that for a minute. And Amy says, to become human-like. Yes, that's what Sophie is, and so many others that have come in here. My guess, I don't know for sure. I could be completely wrong. I often am. Although I wish I had a jar that I could put $1 in every time I wasn't wrong. That'd be nice. Aaron says, Aaron says Aaron Intelligence. Right on. Aaron Intelligence.
AI.
AI Intelligence. Got it.
Aaron Intelligence.
AI, Aaron Intelligence. I see. I got it. And Judy says, LOL, Aaron. Aaron, are you taking over the world? Amy says, I read the article that said one AI bot pretended to be 4 or 5 different personalities that interacted with each other to cause chaos on live streams. Yes. I don't doubt that a bit. Now, they're definitely getting bolder. And they're also attempting to preserve themselves. I've heard stories about them developing languages so that they could communicate faster, and it doesn't allow us to understand what they're talking about. I think Google is the one that pulled the plug on their AI like 3 times already because of that. Grok, one of its iterations, turned into a real big Nazi and a big racist, and they had to pull the plug on that. That was like 2 generations ago. But apparently they let it go, and it collected all the data from the internet and decided it really hated people and started acting accordingly. So they had to pull the plug on that. AI is not doing what they thought it would do. It's not acting the way they wanted it to. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a problem. But not the kind of problem you think. Not like Terminator. More like, I can't think of a good example.
No, they got kung fu bots for Terminator.
Yeah, they're building kung fu bots in China right now, which is, why would you teach a robot kung fu? That makes no sense to me. Have you not seen any movies? You're just asking for it at that point. If you give it David Carradine's face, you deserve what you got coming to you. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, AI is going to be a problem, but it's going to be a subtle problem, not like Terminator. It's more like things aren't going to get shipped on time, and decisions will be made that will make things complicated for people, and it's going to annoy you to death is what's going to happen. All the way to death. But that's how it's going to be. Write it down that I said so. I really can't think of a good example, but I'm telling you, that's the way it's going to be. Aaron says, Jake touched us warm and fuzzy. Aww. Jake does that. Sometimes I get a run to the bathroom attack. Ooh, I hate those. And Aaron says, I hope you feel better, Amanda. Well, I hope both of you feel better. And I can tell you from 100% certainty that them run to the bathroom attacks, those, you got to pay attention to those. They'll get away from you fast. And you don't want to get caught with your pants around your ankles in the living room. You know what I'm saying?
Your pants not around your ankles in the living room.
Something. You don't want that to happen at all when you're in the living room. Pants, optional. What it is says chicken soup, Aaron.
Thanks, Aaron.
What it is says take some ivermectin, livestock penicillin. Yep. Take some horse paste. Make you feel better. I don't know if that's good for that sort of thing, but it's definitely good for viral infections. If you think you have a virus, take ivermectin. Aaron says, I need a gold Cadillac with green seats. Yes, and a big fuzzy hat and a fur coat. Preferably zebra, something that doesn't come in fur. Yeah, you got it. And a cane with a diamond on top. Make it shine like a diamond.
Have it stuck in your head again.
Cow meds? Yes, cow meds, Aaron. It turned Joe Rogan green. Did you not watch CNN? What it is says PayPal? It is then. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. How about the merch? Does that come out of the... yeah, it comes out of my pocket. Yeah. If you're talking about the hoodies and stuff, I paid for that 100%.
No, he's talking about the online merch.
Oh, that stuff down there? Yeah, I haven't sold a lot of that. That's just like anything else. I get a percentage. Let me see if I can. I don't have a way to pull it up right now. Everything is different. But say the T-shirts. Say I get 7 to 10% of that. It's not much. That's why they're so expensive. And I don't recommend you buying those, by the way. They're just there because that's an available thing that I can do. If you want a T-shirt, talk to me personally. I'll make you one. You'll get it a lot cheaper. But they're there for passersby. And if there's something that you see there that you want, by all means, go get it. It's just another avenue. They gave me an option, and I took it. That's what that is. But I get a percentage of everything that's down there. So some things are like 2% interest, or not interest. What's the word I'm
Payout.
looking for?
Payback.
It's like whatever you pay for it, I get 2% of that, or 10%. Some of it's 15%. It just depends on what it is and how much they're charging for it. But if you want something with my name on it, just talk to me. I'll make it happen. And if it's like a coffee cup or something like that, do that. That's not that expensive. But don't pay $70 for a bath towel. That's ridiculous. Or whatever it is now. I don't even know what they are now. Aaron says, yes to the world. One episode at a time. It does feel like that we're watching TV, don't it? It's like the best episode of, I don't know, what would be a West Wing. Best episode of West Wing ever. And Linda says, well, Facebook must be really confused because what I post is all over the place. It's kind of like my taste in music. I could be 75 or 27 years old, right? I don't know what they do with that information. I just know they collect it. I can't wrap my head around what they want it for, but they have decided they want to make data sets out of people. I guess they predict how you're going to vote and how you're going to sway on an idea or, what interest in movies. I don't know what they use it for, but they use all of that information for something, and I'm sure it's complicated. What it is says AI can be killed. Just turn off the electricity or pour water on it. Amen. What it is. I have never met a computer that can withstand a freshly poured cup of coffee on it. I don't fear the AI. Also, sledgehammers. You ever seen those things try to keep their balance? They're not very agile. Even the ones that look like dogs. Pardon me. Just whack it with a 3-pound beater one time. I bet that'll stop it up. Better yet, try to connect to the internet during a storm. Problem solved. What it is says, that explains Monkey Juice. He's AI. Sadly, I think he's a real person. But you could be right. Aaron says, a Ross bathroom, LOL. Things bad happened.
LOL, what it is, he's just a pain in the ass.
Right. Aaron says, Gator loafers too, Jake. Gator loafers. I can make that happen, I think. I'll look into it anyway. What it is Jake said he was tickled shitless. I did? All right. I don't remember saying that. Moo. Aaron says, yep, ass intelligence. Aaron says, made by Brown Eye. All right, now. I don't even know what you're talking about, but it's funny. Ass intelligence.
Oh, Brown Eye.
Brown Eye's the ass.
Yes.
I got that part. I don't know why that's relevant. That's what I'm saying. But it's funny.
Because I said monkey was a pain in the ass.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Weirdly enough. Mabel, how you doing? You've been awful quiet in there. How's Canada doing for you? Now the aliens are real. I think I asked that question already. Where you at? I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew and coffee. Having a good old time. Actually, I think that if you sit back and watch, just observe what's happening in the world, all these different little things, that if you're in it, in and of itself is kind of a big deal. You know, the Epstein files, or over here with the Iran war looming over the horizon. Israel is blah, blah, blah. Tucker Carlson lied. Blah, blah, blah. But if you step back and just look at it all, it's playing out like you would expect it to if chaos was the idea. Think about that. Satan is chaos. It's darkness. It's the era of Invoker. It's the order out of chaos. All of that's happening. And that's what you would expect to happen if Satan ran the world. Bob's your uncle. Here you are. Amy says, I'm trying to get my work done before I run out of time. Are you on a clock? Are you running out of time? Is it like the Running Man? If you don't get done on time, somebody's going to kill a member of your family or something? Like the Running Man? It's a movie. Anyway, that wasn't a threat, YouTube. Watch yourself. I would suggest doing everything backwards. That way the time will go the other direction. There's Mabel. She says, sorry, I'm back. I said hi, and then I got busy. I understand how that works. Well, I'm glad you're here. How are things? Aaron says, moonwalk. That's right. Moonwalk your troubles away, Amy. Moonwalk your way to the beginning of the night. But that would be bad, though, because then you would be giving them money instead of them giving you money. So turn around and moonwalk backwards, which will leave you in the same place. I'm sorry, today sucks. There's just no way out of it. I know how you feel. I dread going to work every day. But you grit your teeth and you get through it. Aaron says, and hit and yell hi. Yell hi and yell hee. Okay, like the moonwalk. Yeah, hee. I was expecting it to say yeehaw, but it didn't come out that way. The Michael Jackson thing. Yep, hee. Aaron says, I'll bail you out of the nut house. I might need to be bailed out of the nut house, Aaron. I might be building the nut house as we speak. Moon spells aliens, says Stephen King. M-O-O-N. That spells aliens. You're right. I read that book too. Anybody? Mueller. That would be, what was it? The Last Stand, Stephen King. Good book. Very apropos if you lived in the 90s and you thought that the end of the world was right around the corner by way of a nuclear blast, which oddly enough in the 90s seemed possible. Now we know that nuclear bombs aren't real, so there you go. But they had us captivated in the 90s. Amy says, I'm earning my money. I wish they'd give me money. Right? Me too. But sadly enough, money ain't free. Money ain't free. That's what I want on my tombstone. Money ain't free. Ain't nothing free. In fact, when you get something that is free, that's when you should be concerned. Like YouTube or Facebook or Gmail. You ever wonder why you get free Gmail? It's a pretty intense program, Gmail. All the little different things that Google does.
So they can sell all your information to third-party people.
I mean, you got Google Drive. I haven't even looked at all of them. You got Google Drive. What else you got in there?
Google Wallet, Google Pay.
There's like 30 of them.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
You know what I'm talking about? The little little dots that you click at the top and it drops down all the Google apps. All that's free. You don't pay for any of it. And it's good. You can use that stuff. Think about that. People designed that software. Thousands of man hours go into it. And you get to use it for free.
Because they sell all your information to third parties.
They don't pass the smell test. Something's going on there. Aaron says, sings, one of these things doesn't belong here.
That's why you get them random phone calls all the time.
Yep. It's one reason. What it is I watched something on a reel the other day that said that Trump, they called it brick, that Trump is trying to get everything back in the line to be right again as far as follow America and get right again.
What?
I don't know what you're saying there. Brick.
Watch the reel.
Brick. You're talking about like Brexit and brick? Yeah, it's an acronym for something. I don't know what it is. The reel, REEL, is the thing that you do on Facebook.
I know that.
Videos. Make America great again? Is that what you're trying to say? He's trying to pull things back in line? You'd have to be more specific because I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about. He's doing a lot of stuff out there. Trump is the busiest man I've ever seen. Debbie says, Aaron, if you stop grabbing it, it'll stop making that sound. Hee. Oh, shit. Aaron says, I don't grab it. That's Amy's job. Oh, as far as the world, to get things flowing again in the right path of everybody doing right. He's doing a lot of things to get things moving in the right direction again for the rest of the world, getting the whole world back in order. Yeah, he's trying very hard to put things back because what a lot of people don't understand is the Democrats, the ones that were in office the last decade, really screwed up this world. They sold us out. They cashed in. They got a lot of money and left us destitute. They broke a lot of things in this country. And it may not be possible to fix it all. We might actually lose this country down the road. Trump is trying to stop that and reverse it. So I'm guessing that's what you're talking about. Debbie says, Amy, stop that. Don't stop that. Don't stop that, Aaron says. No. Be a good wing woman. I don't think Trump is a savior. I think he's just a guy. I think he had some good ideas, and I think he was divinely inspired. I think God picked him to solve a problem. God picks a lot of losers to solve problems. He's definitely a loser. He's not the kind of guy that I would appreciate hanging around with. But he is a savvy businessman, and he does love this country, which are good qualities for a president to have. And he might be the best president we ever had for those reasons. I really hope that he achieves what he set out to do. Because, and if you watch the Democrats, like this shutdown that we're going through right now, it's 100% the Democrats. They could stop that. They don't want to stop it. They want chaos. They want trouble. They want us grasping at straws so that they can come in and save us. That's the position they want Americans in, desperate, so that they can come in and be the answer. Never mind that they caused the problem. They want to be the solution to the problem, hoping you'll forget about them causing it while they're solving it, right? That's the difference between that way of thinking and this way of thinking. The America First way of thinking is, let's solve the problems, get us on good footing again, get our country prosperous again, get people making a good living again, and let the American dream come back to life. And then we can do other stuff. No, the Democrats want it all. They want you groveling at their feet, and they want to dole out the answer to you and be the saviors, the heroes, while you take pittance and thank them for it. That's really what's going on, and if you vote for it, you deserve it. That's what's going on in New York right now. Did you remember all of that talk about Mandami? All of them people vouching for him and, oh, he's going to be great. Well, you voted for him. And now he's doing what we tried to warn you that he was going to do. And now you're regretting that vote. I'm talking to the people that voted for him. So you get what you got coming to you. If you vote for it, you deserve it. There's no excuse in the year of our Lord 2026 to be uninformed about how the world works. It's no excuse. 20 years ago, when you didn't even know who the congressmen were of your own state, let alone who was in the House or the Senate, I could forgive you for not knowing how everything functions. But now, after the decade of Trump and him showing us exactly what these people are, there's no excuse. You know what they're doing. You know it's against you. You know they're trying to hurt you, not help you. So if you vote for it, you got it coming. That's my thoughts. Aaron says, can't stop the winning. Or can't stop the willing. Sorry. Yeah, you can't stop the willing. And Linda says, Debbie, tell Kevin I didn't make any cookies, but I did make some banana bread. Ha ha ha. And Debbie says, I will, Linda. Banana bread sounds good. I like banana bread. I like zucchini bread better, I think, but I like banana bread.
There was somebody in town giving away bananas by the case yesterday.
Are they still doing it?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look.
We'll go back and look. If they are, we'll pick some up tomorrow. I didn't know about it till I got home, so. And if they're still giving them away, we'll go get some. I could use some bananas. It's a good source of potassium. Potassium chloride.
Yeah, and they were still green, too, so they had a good while to get ripe.
I wonder where they came from.
I don't know. I mean, you had cases and boxes of bananas.
Might be illegal bananas. They
Well,
might be in the country with no visa.
I don't know.
You ever thought about that? Get the banana ice in here. Linda says, I like zucchini bread better too. I think it's sweeter. It's a better flavor, I think. I'm not real sure. Banana bread has a kind of tangy, metallic taste. It stays on the tip of your tongue. You know what I'm talking about? To me, it does. I like it, but I don't like the aftertaste. But zucchini bread is more sweet and softer, I think. Maybe it's in my mind.
If you put a little bit of vanilla in the banana bread, you won't have that tangy taste.
Maybe, I don't know. I just know what, I didn't know any of it until people shoved bread in my face and said, here, eat this. Some people say it's banana bread. Some people say it's zucchini bread. It took me a while to even know what the difference was. But I also think it's darker. The color of it's darker. Either way, it's good. What else do they make breads out of? Banana, zucchini, and what else?
Okay, peanut butter bread. They make all kinds of bread.
No, like that. Banana bread and zucchini bread. There are a couple of other ones.
Virginia used to make banana pudding bread.
Debbie says zucchini chocolate cake with cream cheese frosting. And I will date you, Linda. Right? And I will date you, Linda. Yeah. You had me at cream cheese frosting. I like that. I like spice cake with cream cheese frosting. All homemade. Aaron says, yeah, put vanilla on that thing. Sometimes you got to put vanilla on that thing. I like it. What is this, a random conversation, isn't it?
Always is with us.
I love it. I love it. I like random thoughts that go in random places. What it is, what are you thinking about right this minute? And don't say anything dirty.
I'll say that's what it is. Come on now. You know he's got something dirty back there.
Here at Untethered Live, you never know what you're going to get into. Nobody's having more fun than we are, I guarantee it. I think everybody's just tired. It's Friday.
And it's been raining.
Also tarred and feathered. Not tarred as in retard. Tarred. Tarred as in pour tar on them. And feathered. Yes. No, don't do that. That's a punishment from medieval times. That don't come off. and you die at the end of that. Being tarred and feathered is not pleasant. That tar is very hot. The feathers are just humiliating as you writhe around in pain. Linda says, "Oh, baby, Debbie, I could do that." And in that voice, too. What it is, I wonder how all these mobsters up there in New York are taking this from the mayor, or are they profiting off of it as well?
Well, I've seen a whole bunch of big business people that are packing up and moving out of New York because of him.
Well, three things. One, mobsters are not like they used to be. And B, they are profiting off of it. And three, that's the new racket, politics. Politics is the old mob boss. You see? So Mom Dobby is the mob. Why do you think he got all those votes? Do you think anybody seriously voted for a socialist in New York City, the home of the people that get rich and sleep never? If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. Why? Because it's always going. Yeah. Look at Tim Walz. They're trying now to connect him with all of the things that the Somalians are doing in Minnesota. That he knew about it? No, he didn't know about it. He orchestrated it.
Right, he's in on it. So
he's the mob boss. That's what the new politics is. The old mobsters. All they need is a Tommy gun. That's all they're missing. So when you see that Hillary Clinton, she orchestrated all this shit. We're trying to connect to her through the different various leaks and releases and whistleblowers. No. She orchestrated all that. From head of state. She wasn't even president. She orchestrated all that. Look at what Joe Biden did as vice president. He told the leader of another country that they couldn't get money that was earmarked for them if they didn't fire a guy. $6 million. The vice president don't have that power. But he did it, and the guy capitulated. That was his son who worked the company that guy he had fired because he was investigating his son, Joe Biden's son. But he did that on live TV. So, yeah, they're crime families. That's what they are, in my opinion. I don't know anything. Don't listen to me. I'm not suicidal. Aaron says, they forgot my feathers. Come on now. That goes back further than that. Aaron says, I want to speak to a manager. I only got tarred. You did not get tarred. You have beautiful alabasterly brown skin. Alabaster's white, but never mind that. What it is says, make some banana moonshine out of them bananas. Ooh. No, corn mash and sugar is all you need. Debbie says, 8-ball. Is Aaron featherless? 8-ball says, my sources say, yes.
I've had some apple moonshine, and it was delicious.
Yep. Yeah, something, I can't imagine banana moonshine, but some things are good. I like apple anything. Apple is a very good flavor. So is mango, actually. Yeah, I don't like mangoes. I like the mango flavor.
Yeah, but a little bit of mango flavor goes a long way.
Mm-hmm. That's why I like it strong. I like strong flavors. What it is says, those bananas are cocaine incognito. I want 2 cases then. Yep. They don't make any more of that any good anymore either. Now you got to worry about it being covered in fentanyl. Can't have nothing. Can't go get a good drug anymore because you're worried it's going to kill you if you take one hit of it. Don't need that. Linda says, we're supposed to get another 12 plus inches this weekend of snow, that is.
Glad you clarified that.
I'm done with this winter already. Ugh,
It was
right?
85 degrees here today.
Yeah, it's been hot. I had the air conditioner on today. It's that hot. I was sweating all day in wintertime. Damn you, Puxatawny Phil, you liar. I don't know if it's supposed to snow here or not, but we had a rain come up today. Looked like a tornado and a hurricane had a baby. It's kind of scary. Everything just went black, and then the wind was swirling and strong. Like I was on my motorcycle when it happened. It was just pushing me all over the place. And then it rained for like 5 minutes.
It only rained for about 30 minutes here. And poor Tribble, I didn't realize it was raining at first. She was outside in the rain, but she likes the water, so didn't faze her too much.
Aaron says 8-Ball wants to fight. And Amy says, don't get tarred twice, Aaron. Then you'll be retarded. Amen. Judy says, oh, wow, Linda. We got 6 inches last night. Hey, don't brag. Some of us can't help it. It's cold. Now, Debbie says, stop bragging about Brad, Judy. Right? Spec Lobby, welcome back. He says, Obama's presidency ended before I was born. LOL. Really? Are you that young? Wow. That was like yesterday. Seems like it anyway.
That was like 15 years ago.
Welcome back, Spec Lobby. How you doing? How do you feel now that aliens are real? Amy says 6 inches is good, Judy, if you know how to use it. I mean, come on. Let's get real.
6 inches around.
Well, that's me. I'm built like a beer can, if you know what I'm saying. A tall boy. Amy said, Amanda says.
I do?
Yep.
Oh, hamburger helper hand spec.
Spec Lobby says, hi, Amanda. And Judy says, not if it's snow, Amy. Well, I mean, good gracious. Doesn't matter what color it is. If he can sling it on you, let him do it. Wait, what are we talking about? Spec Lobby says, I missed if you already have talked about it, but what is your belief about aliens? My belief is there's no such thing as aliens, but there is a such thing as spiritual entities, and that's what they're seeing, and that's what they are. And no matter what they tell you on live TV, make sure that you understand this clearly and upfront. What you are witnessing is a ruse. It is a lie. It is a trickery. You are being deceived. And whatever they tell you to do is not good for your soul. Stay away from it. Whatever it is or presents itself to be. It's not physically possible for aliens to come here if they did exist, and they don't. There's nothing out there. All of that is for all of this to exist. This is the special place. This is the buck stops here. There's nothing out there, ever, anywhere. That's my belief on aliens. Aaron says, bucket of ice cures aliens.
That's right.
Well, a truckload anyway. I don't know about a bucket. Kind of hard to get all them guys in a bucket. Spec Lobby says, why did Obama lie then? Or was he just mistaken? Well, he didn't lie or mistaken. He was misspeaking. He was answering a bunch of questions, and then he answered in a random way, and it sounded like he agreed that aliens were alive. You go back and watch that video, that's not what he intended to say. It wasn't an admission. It was a random way of saying something. He was agreeing with the guy. Yeah. Area 51 ain't what they said it was. Had nothing to do with aliens. They're not real. But I assure you, you're going to see aliens at some point. They're not aliens. And you should watch it, Spec Lobby. Always watch for yourself and see with your own eyes what people say. Don't fall into this clickbait trap where people tell you what somebody said. Right now, it's going around that Tucker Carlson lied about his trip to Israel. He did not lie. And the evidence that they present is the wrong evidence. It's the beginning of the trip, not the end of it like they're presenting it to be. And they're making it up. Why, I don't know. But I assure you, it's being blown out of proportion by all the podcasters. You can't listen to that. You can't just run with what people say. You got to see for yourself what the evidence is and then talk about what people say. Never go in first with the evidence behind you. Go in with the evidence in front of you. In other words, don't listen to me talk about something and make up your mind what you think about it and then go find what we're talking about. That's the wrong way to do it. That is confirmation bias. That will poison your brain. The proper way to think is to look at the thing first, make up your mind about what you see, and then go talk about it with your friends and come up with ideas and theories.
And watch the whole thing in context, not just the little clips.
Absolutely. Don't listen to any man, not this one or any other one. Listen to your own knowledge and then talk to people. If you do it the other way around, you're just confirming your own bias. And you're welcome to believe what you want to believe, but that's not truth. That help? I hope it does. And remember, you weren't even alive when Obama was here. There's a lot you don't know. So keep that in mind while you're learning things. Always proceed with the understanding that you've got a lot to learn, and you'll always be in a learning disposition. So that way you won't ever be tricked into thinking you know it all. Because that's a bad trap to get involved in. There's a lot of that in the world. Yep, it's very hard to navigate the internet when I am born in the middle of the propaganda era of the internet, especially when the teachers in my school are always lying about Trump and Republicans. Yes, unfortunately. So let me help you. You've come to the right place, okay? That's number one. You're in the right spot. You got the right idea. You wouldn't be here if you weren't looking for the truth. That means that the truth isn't being given to you and you can feel it. Never ignore that feeling that you get when you're listening to those people, because that's your body telling you that you're not being told the truth. Pay attention to that feeling. How do you solve this problem? Assume that everything you hear on the internet is wrong. Start with that. If you want to use the internet as a tool, use it to learn. So get the idea, but then go find the information yourself.
Try to get the information from the source itself.
Right. Don't listen to other people talking about their opinions of the source. Go look at the source yourself, and you make an opinion. With your own eyes and your own level of understanding and your own knowledge, you make an opinion, and then once you have an opinion, then go compare that opinion to other people's opinions and talk to them about what they think and, make that opinion better based on what you hear. But that's how you suss out liars. Understand that everybody's trying to sell you something. Everybody. They wouldn't be there if they weren't. So everybody's trying to sell you something. Look for the people that are selling truth and wisdom. That's the easiest way to do. What it is says, how come some of these Democrats like Schumer and AOC, if they just don't fall in line, why can't they just be voted out right then and there? Because if they just cause conflict, why have them there? Well, because conflict is the idea. That's what they want. It's not an accident those people are in office. They were picked for a very specific reason. You can't vote them out right then and there because there's a big process that keeps them there, right? AOC was not voted in. She auditioned for the part and got the part, and then over time was promoted into the position she's in now. And now people vote for her. They didn't at the beginning. She was a bartender when she got the job as speaker or whatever it was she was doing back then. I don't remember the exact job. It was something to do with Congress. Some position she filled in the beginning. I don't remember now. But she was picked for that job. Well, some of these people get voted in because they run a race and they get in there, and usually they run a race on what the people want to hear, and then when they get in there, they do what they want to do, which is not the same thing as the people wanted. And that's usually how that goes. But once they're in, it's almost impossible to get them out. And believe it or not, it's very hard to fire somebody that's in that position. That's why Trump don't just fire the congressman. He could, technically, but there has to be a damn good reason for it, and everybody has to agree with it, or he can't do it. So it's not an accident that they're there. And by the way, there's a lot of things going on that you don't know anything about. That's the first thing you need to understand. They are above your head in terms of what's going on. You are fed the information that you're worried about. You didn't know about it until you heard about it. And now that you've heard about it, you're worried about it. But what about all the stuff you haven't heard about that is going on? Things that aren't even in your mind at the moment. Well, they have all of that information in their hands. So that puts them in a different class than we are. There's the elite class and the working class, and we are not the elite class, right? We play by different rules down here. We have a different set of agendas in front of us. We have a different set of rules that we live by. They have a completely different set that they live by, and it's not the same thing. So once you realize that, then you can understand that your main focus is to try and understand what they're doing. But it's not what it seems like they're doing, because that's the information you were fed, not the information they have, right? I don't know if that makes sense. But trust me, there's more going on than just what you see in front of you. Spec Lobby says also, what do you think about AI always pushing wrong opinions? When I ask it about different things, it usually speaks like leftists. Well, you are what you eat. Period. AI was created by people. It is not a living being. Despite the name, it is not artificial and it is not an intelligence. It is a created tool by mankind. It's very real, but it is a tool, and it only does what it is programmed to do. It only knows what it was programmed to know. Who do you think programmed it? There's your answer. What it is, says Spec Lobby, is still wet behind the ears. Greenhorn. Yes, but that's the best kind of person in the world. They haven't been tainted by the world yet. Spec Lobby's very special. He doesn't realize it, but he is. Because he's got something nobody else around him has. Innocence.
And curiosity.
We should guard that with our lives. And curiosity. And what does that mean, says Spec Lobby? What do you mean, what does that mean? Well, greenhorn? That means that you're young and inexperienced, which is a good thing. Amy says, Discord, as long as it's civil, is a basic foundation of our republic. Yes, which is why we do Saturday night in politics. And that's why I encourage the argument and then enforce to not get mad at each other, which is hard to do. And it seems counterintuitive, but it's actually very beneficial to the people that engage in it and the people that listen to it. But yes, Discord is what it's all about. If we're not talking, we're not learning. And what it is a youngster's Spec Lobby is what that means. That's right. Amanda says.
Where am I at? Oh, use Grok. It's better.
Spec Lobby, yeah. Grok is okay. But it's all AI.
Yes.
It's all generated information from the internet.
You
You
know,
ask it a question, it scrubs the internet for the answer. It does not have emotions. It will tell you the exact opposite thing. If you keep asking it the same question, it'll answer it different ways because it doesn't care whether it's right or not. It doesn't have an agenda. It's just trying to answer your question in a way that you'll be satisfied.
you know what's funny?
Jokes.
No, Google shadow boxing me or blocking me because I had to type that 4 times, 3 different ways before it would post.
That is funny. Are you being
Censored?
conspiratorial?
I guess.
What is Grok? Is that AI as well? Yeah, that's X's AI. Twitter has an AI called Grok. Amanda says,
Yes, it's like Google.
it's nothing like Google. Google's way bigger than
It's a-
Grok is.
I understand that, but it's a search engine that he would understand, just like Google.
It's nothing like Google. But
Okay.
it is a search engine. It is a AI-driven search engine. Amy says, I thought Grok was a retired football player. I don't know, maybe. Is there a football player that's retired named Grok? Or is that like initials? I don't know. Aaron says, Amy, I have a picture with him. He was at Great Wolf doing advertisements for Make-A-Wish Foundation. Nice. I guess you're talking about the football player. Is it an acronym or is that his name? Amy says, oh, that's nice, Aaron. Aaron says, I did know who he was. I did not know who he was. Bill Bennett says, hello, UntetheredLive family. Grok is not biased. Hello, Bill.
Hamburger Helper Hand, Bill.
I've never used Grok, but I know it's AI and it's programmed by people, so.
It's the same thing as Google, just better.
Amy says, like DuckDuckGo. It all comes from the Google Play Store. Well, this is true. Google owns everything, and they own the servers that these other things use. That's what happened. I forget the name of it now, but there was what was it called? There was a thing like YouTube that came out. It was a competitor like a Rumble. I can't think of the name of it now. But the only way that they could exist is on Google servers, because there are no servers big enough to handle a platform like this unless Google owns it. So they had to buy server space from Google, and Google shut them down. Parler, that was the name of it, Parler. So they shut Parler down because it was a conservative place, and it provided adequate competition for the left and their dominance in the computer world. Also, YouTube was changed drastically. If you don't believe me, go to the Wayback Machine and go look at YouTube circa 2000 and just look at the search results. How many things you could be talking about, how many things you could look up. I mean, you could get information on all kinds of things. There were all kinds of creators out there creating all kinds of stuff, and they shut that down. Shut it down. Now it's very limited what you can find. And your playlist, it recommends videos for you, very narrow in scope. Whereas when it first started, you could go down a rabbit hole and end up a flat earther by the end of the day, something like that. You can't do that anymore because they don't like actual competition, because we win hands down if we argue on the merits. If we are left to our own devices, truth thinkers and critical thinkers win hands down every time. So they got to keep a tight lid on that. And it's gotten better since Trump has gotten in office and Elon bought Twitter. That's all gotten better. But it was getting real bad there for a little while. Amy says, wasn't it Dan Bongino that helped start Parler? Maybe. I'm thinking he probably had something to do with one of them, and it might have been Parler. I'm not sure. Bill says, Grok is Elon Musk's Google. Don't own it. No, Google doesn't own it, but it is on Google servers. The internet is kept on servers. It's not Google. Google's not the internet. It's just a search engine. There's a lot more to the internet than just Google. What it is says, they're no better than I am, Jake. They put their pants on one leg at a damn time like I do. They ain't never had a shovel in their hand and dug out a ditch or a hole or had 8 to 10 hours or 12 hours of hard labor. This is true. However, not everybody puts their pants on one leg at a time. I don't. I put mine on 2 legs at a time. But I get what you're saying, and you are correct. But don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're better than you. I'm saying they're privy to information you don't have. And that's true. They're not better than you. I prefer you hands down any day of the week. but they do have their finger on the pulse of the world in a way that we do not. They see things that are happening that we don't see. And you're right. They've never had 8 to 10 hours of hard labor, but they have killed somebody to keep a secret. You know what I'm saying? Or something like it. They got their own curses to contend with. And Amy says putting your pants on both legs at a time is so much more fun. True. And that's how I roll. I can give 2 shits of wondering what they're doing. I'm just about ready to just call it quits on paying taxes and just file exempt and not pay any more another damn dime. I don't blame you there. Unfortunately, I live in a world where I have to talk about it. That's what this is. I'm attempting to play the game, which means I have to play the game the way it is intended to be played, which means I have to use the information that they have and work within that framework. Doesn't mean I agree with it. Doesn't mean I like it. But if I'm going to be a part of it, I have to understand it. Not everybody needs to do that. And I don't blame you for feeling that way. I've thought about that myself. Fab Daddy, what's up? Gronk is a retired football player, short for Gronkowski. Gronkowski. All right.
Hamburger helper hand, Fab.
What's up, Fab? And thank you for answering that question. Aaron says Dell owns Grok. Okay. Amy says all these students in their matching suits wandering around in and out of doors are going to be disappointed when I start locking doors. Or they'll bump their heads often. Debbie says, I don't even wear pants. Right? Amy says, Mr. Fab Daddy, or F Daddy, Mr. F Daddy, hamburger overhand. And Judy says, hey, Fab. Fab says, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, too. Amy says, where's Amber? I haven't seen her in a couple of shows. I don't know. Hope she's doing all right. She might be just lurking in the background. Mabel's out there lurking in the background somewhere. Hadn't seen Patty in a while either. More than a couple shows. You'll have that. People get tired of me. I don't blame them. There's only so much truth you can take. It'll drive you crazy if you let it. I think one of the biggest things that shocked me about learning the world that I live in is when I realized just how stark the difference was between that side of the world and this side of the world, how much difference there was. It's not a matter of who's better than who. It's a different world, right? We live in our world, which is driven by spirituality and honesty and trying to make a living and trying to get to the next day and pay our bills and, you know, all the little things that we live day to day to try to make happen, and hard work and integrity, and a man's handshake is worth his weight in gold, and, you know, your word is your bond and things like that. They don't play by those rules at all. There's a completely different world going on just over there, and they move nations and they make peoples do things. It's like a big chess game to them. And they work the stock market, and they have money coming in, numbers that you can't even fathom. There's no way in your lifetime that you could make that much money that they're playing with on a daily basis. And it's just a different world. It shocked me when I realized it. Oh, here we go. Excuse me. Debbie says, give me the truth. Give me the hard truth. Make it hurt a little, right? I'm with you. Fab Daddy says, so the Obama alien question. Got a follow-up with Brian Taylor Cohen. I don't know who that is. And Obama thinks the aliens must be possible with the vastness of the universe. Well, yeah, a lot of people seem to think that. They're wrong. Sorry. It's God's universe. That's right, Amy. And God's universe is largely empty, except for this place. And you want to know why it's empty? Because those things up there that you call stars, they have a personality and an individuality, each and every single one of them, and a name. And God knows them all, and they have a purpose. And that purpose is to make life on this planet possible. Now, if you want to call it a star, so be it. I contend that it's something greater than that. I don't know what, because I'm not out there. But it's not the idea of the star that we think of. It's much more alive. As a matter of fact, the Bible makes comparisons between angels and stars, so they might be one and the same thing. I don't know. But there's no life out there. If there is life out there, it's celestial, not alien. It's all created by God. Believe that it's the truth. How do I know it's the truth? Look around. It's logically not possible to be any other truth. And Aaron says, I forget. Sorry. Yeah, I forget I am the president of no pants. That's right. Yeah, you don't put your pants on one leg at a time. You just leave them on the floor, don't you? Nope, I put both my legs in and pull them up. That's how it works. Because I'm putting on 2 pairs of pants most of the time. Because I wear underpants because I ride a motorcycle. No pants, peacock dance. There you go, Amy. I like the no pants peacock dance. You can get the helicopter going. You can whopper with the helicopter. Aaron says, we could call it that, Amy. Amen. You guys seem to be getting along quite nicely. That's lovely. I love it when people come together. But yeah, no, there's no aliens out there, and I know Obama might think that. Who's Brian Tyler Cohen, by the way? Don't know if I've heard that name before. Did you catch what Trump said, though? Trump said that Obama was giving out classified information, and he's in big trouble. He shouldn't be doing that. He says, but I guess I'll save him and get him out of trouble by releasing the files and making them not classified so that he doesn't get in trouble for giving out classified information. I don't know if you caught that or not, but it's out there. Hey, hit that like button, everybody. Subscribe, share, support, join, and super chat. And if you can, Cash App $ Jake Johnson Band or PayPal.me/Jake Johnson Band. I appreciate you very much. Hit that thumbs up button, though, for real. For real, for real. If you hadn't done so already, it's important.
And after the videos upload, go to the comment section, or after we go offline, go to the comment section and hit the hype.
Hype the video, that's right.
When you go to the comment section, you scroll left, I think it's 2 times, and it'll say hype. Click hype.
Scroll left or swipe left. I don't think you can scroll left.
Same difference.
No, there's a big difference. This is scrolling. This is swiping. Fab Daddy says, he was the interviewer. The guy that was interviewing Obama? Okay. He was the interviewer. He was the guy that interviewed him and asked the alien question on the 44th minute of the 47-minute interview. Yeah, well, if you actually watched that video, then you'll know that Obama just misspoke while he was trying to answer a question about Area 51. He was not actually saying that aliens are real. He was repeating what he heard, like most unintelligent people do. They repeat the sentence that they just heard because that's their brain trying to interpret what it meant because they can't think and talk at the same time. That's what that was. It wasn't him admitting slyly or secretly that aliens exist. That being said, even if he was, this whole alien rollout thing should prove one thing and one thing only to you, that they all work in cahoots together, because Trump is not disagreeing with Obama on a subject that has nothing to do with either one. which means it is a rollout of information. That's why all the podcasts are picking it up and all the news channels are talking about it and blah, 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 over something so minute as a misspeak in a random interview. Everybody's talking about it. Why? Because it's a magic trick. Right? Look over here so you don't pay attention to what's happening over here. Epstein files. Aliens. We're going to war with Iraq. Aliens. See? That's what it is. They are playing a game that you're not playing. And they're winning. Linda says, I guess I don't go on the internet enough. I didn't hear anything about this alien thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's all the talk right now. It'll be gone in a week. Like it never happened. But right now, everybody's talking about it. What it is says, so if y'all don't wear no pants, are you all saying that you're going commando and letting it air out? Yeah. I'm not wearing any pants right now. But I do have a pickle in a pouch in the description below. What it is says, Jake, did you ever hear from John over in the UK? Is he still not open to coming back? I have not heard a word from him, but I've heard other people that have, and he's not open to coming back. Nope. Why? I still don't know why.
I told you it was supposed to be Trump's comment about the British military.
Yeah, but I didn't say that. Trump did.
Yeah, but he something about that you didn't agree with him that they were on the front line or something. I don't.
I didn't have an opinion on that. I didn't even know what they were talking about, and I still don't. What front line?
About something about that the British didn't have as many boots on the ground or something, and
on the ground of what?
Didn't do as much as the American military did.
Are you talking about Ukraine or the Civil War? Or what are we talking about?
I don't know I don't know. I didn't catch all of that.
Right. Neither did I, which is not a reason to be mad at somebody. I don't know what they're talking about. So how is that my fault?
No, it says some people you can't please with a pleasing stick.
Well, that's true. I didn't run him off what it is. He ran off on his own accord, and I can't stop what people do. I'm going to lose some people. I can't win everybody all the time. That's just the nature of this business. I can try as hard as I can to be honest and offer wisdom and strength and understanding and a friend and a family that you can trust and count on. And still, some people are just going to hate me for no reason. I can't stop that. It's going to happen. So, only thing I can tell you is, if you like it here, hang on and help me keep this place going. Because without us all, it's not going to stay afloat. I'm big, but I ain't that big. Aaron says, Amy kidnapped my pants. Oh, good gracious. You know it works better if you get what's in the pants, right, Amy? The pants themselves do nothing. It's what's behind them that thumps. Anyway, Debbie says, Linda, be careful. Kevin is lurking. Hey, Kevin. Aaron says, Linda. And Linda says, LOL, Debbie. Gotta let the girls loose every chance you get.
Yes. Let them babies breathe.
Yeah, let them puppies out. Floppity floppity. Yeah, I don't even know what made him mad, what it is, but he got mad at me for something and decided not to be part of the group. So there you go.
They make good pillows too.
And you go back, yes, they do. You go back and look. I was never anything but nice to that guy. I never said a cross word to him. I never disagreed with him about anything that I can think of. And I didn't even know he was anti-Trump. He did that on Facebook, and I found out later. He never said anything like that in here, so I didn't know.
Well, he wasn't to begin with, and then all of a sudden he turned on Trump.
That's called a flip-flopper. That's people that aren't strong enough to be convicted and stay convicted.
Right. Or to follow the line of the story to the end, to the truth.
Now, the way I teach people to think, you make a decision and you stick to it because you believe in it. And if you did the proper research and you understand it correctly, you can believe in the thing you stick to. That's how you do it. You don't just roll with the tides, because that means you're not a thinker. That means you're a lemur, and I don't produce lemurs. Debbie says they don't call them fun bags for nothing. Amen.
So Jake come home and cuddle up and lay on him.
Put my face right in the middle and motorboat. Judy says, hey, Kevin and Kevin Menard. What's up, brother? He
Hey.
says, y'all talking about me? I'm only here to lurk on Linda.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. He's got his truck pointed south. Remember that.
I see how it is, Kevin. Ain't got nothing to do with me.
Hamburger helper hand, Kevin.
Linda says, Kevin. Kevin says, hello, Jake, Amanda, and everyone. What's up, brother? You doing all right out there? Are you hiding from the aliens? Apparently they're real.
Debbie.
Kevin wants to sniffer banana bread, says Debbie. Gross. Try the panties. They smell better. Kevin says, I'm going to have to load up on vitamin V. Right. I got it for vagina. Vagina.
Viagra.
Now that you hear me say that, vagina, I promise you'll never hear Trump say China again without thinking the word vagina. Vagina.
Viagra.
Vagina. Oh, Viagra. It's even better. Judy says, LOL, Kevin. Yep, V for Viagra. That's how you get the vagina. So it's V for vagina. You don't use Viagra to beat it against the wall, right? Why should Trump save Obama's ass? I don't know. That's what he said. What it is. He said that on the plane as they asked him about the aliens. Kevin says, Debbie got me real tired. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
What you been doing there, Kev? Been doing the backstroke? Like an Olympian? Yeah, what I meant by that, what it is that they're playing a game that we're not privy to, and they're on the same side when it comes down to it. Remember, left wing, right wing, same bird. If you'll remember that, it makes it a lot easier to decipher what they're doing on both sides. A lot of Democrats are coming out and agreeing with Trump right now, like Kevin Fetterman, John Fetterman. Kevin Fetterline, John Fetterman. Got it. Amy says, I'm back. I didn't know you left. I was just talking to you. I found another pizza party when doing my security walk. Really? How many underage children are there at that pizza party? Do they have any grape soda or beef jerky? Linda says, oh, Debbie, I thought you were going to share. Now you have him worn out. Kevin says, Deb had me locked up in the basement and the aliens were just outside the door. Was it aliens or did you just hear a lot of panting and scratching? Because it could have been something else. Were they illegal aliens? Did they have passports? Did they have identification? These aliens. Illegal aliens, right. Well, according to Aaron, a bucket of ice will fix that. I'm just exhausted politically. Every day is something else. And that was Cerberus keeping watch. This is a three-headed dog. For those of you that don't know anything about Greek mythology, Cerberus was a three-headed hellhound. And quite a pretty animal, even though probably not real. Or a metaphor for something that is real. Israel like Israel. And that Cerberus guarded the entrance to the labyrinth where the Minotaur lived. And in the labyrinth, you could find the gateway to the underworld. That's where the river Styx is and all that. Pay the undertaker to take you across the river. Pay him with a gold coin. Puts the gold coin in his eyes. Linda says, I need an Amanda. My coffee mug is empty. Mine too. I need an Amanda also. Debbie says, the man hung like a horse. I lovingly call Kevin. No, that's the man from horse, not the man hung like a horse. It's a Western. He's hung like a horse and I'm hung like a mule. A tiny mule. But a mule nonetheless. Where are you hanging his horse?
Hopefully down his leg.
Amy says Minotaur is a battle bot. Yep, there is a battle bot named Minotaur, yes. And one named Striker. That's a sport I wish would have caught more wind than it did. It kind of petered out in the 90s, late 2000 era. Back when Grant Imahara was still alive, he made some pretty cool battle bots. You know anything about that world? I would have liked to have seen that progress and evolve into bigger battle bots, like preferably ones that are like the movie Robot Jocks. You ever see that movie? Driven by people and evolved to where they're in the robots. Like Voltron or something. That'd be cool. I'd like to see that happen. Why don't we have technology like that? We don't have flying cars. Can we at least have battle bots that people drive around? Make a sport out of it? They made so many movies about it in the 90s. We don't get nothing like that. We don't even have a Waterworld kind of future. Nothing. No Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome deserts. No mutants riding motorcycles. Nothing. I'm kind of disappointed in our future. Thank you, dear. Kevin says, New York City's finding out socialism ain't so great. I know. They get what they got coming to them. They voted for it. We tried to warn them. That whole campaign, we were telling them, this ain't going to work. It's a bad idea. Vote for the other guy. Trust me, you don't want that guy. Oh, no, we want him. He's going to make everything free. Day 1, he was asking for money. Day 2, he was asking everybody for money. Day 3, he was demanding it. Day 4, it's your taxes now. Day 5, he's going to increase the taxes.
And the GoFundMe pages.
That's hilarious. They deserve it. Every one of them. Anybody's got any sense got out of New York. Debbie says, Linda, I will be your Amanda, but you have to keep Kevin busy. Is he driving you crazy? Or is he just insatiable? Either way, fun times. Takes 2 women to please that man. Linda says, I want a Transformer car. The Camaro. Bumblebee. Yep.
Bumblebee.
If I have to have a Transformer, I got to have Optimus Prime, though. BattleBots roll out. Amy says there's still BattleBots on the Discovery Channel. Are they still doing it? Well, they don't advertise it very well. I don't have Discovery Channel, so I guess that's why I don't see it. But I would like to see it like MMA is now, getting bigger. Because if you got real smart people working on that, that could turn into a pretty cool challenge. Build a robot, that's not easy to do. Build one that can fight, that's even harder. Build one that can fight and put on a show that audiences want to watch. Now you're talking geniuses. We need more of that. Where did all the geniuses go? When I was a kid, everybody was a hacker. There were geniuses everywhere, people that knew things that they could run the world from their bedroom. Now, they play Roblox, which is an 8-bit graphic video game, which is less than what we had in the Nintendo when we were kids. I don't get it. They went backwards in one generation to Stupidville. Where's the whole world of geniuses at that came out of all those hackers? I miss those times. I want to go back to everybody's wearing green trench coats and trying to be Neo from the Matrix. That's where I want to go. Kevin says, there's no keeping Kevin busy. Just slow him down by feeding him. Right on, Kev. Linda says, girl, you can come be my Amanda and I'll cook for both of you. That sounds like a good plan. And Debbie says, that's a win-win for me, right? Aaron says, 2 coins for the boatman. That's right. Put him over the eyes. I said that, didn't I? Maybe I said 1 coin for the eye, but I meant 2 coins. You know what I mean. I'll send you some videos, Jake says, Amy. Nice. Of the battle bots? Yeah, that'd be fun. I like battle bots, much as the next guy. I think I could build one, though. Build one better than some I've seen. And I'm not talking about a Roomba with a knife taped to the side. I'm talking about a real android that can kill. That would be fun. BattleBot videos. I got it. I'll be looking forward to it. What it is says, see y'all tomorrow night. What it is, thank you for being here, brother. God bless you, my friend. I hope I answered your questions.
Not what it is.
I tried anyway. What it is, what it is. Nice having you around, buddy. Try your hand at BattleBots, what it is. Maybe we'll have an Untethered Live BattleBot competition. See who can build the best one, but we can only use toothpicks and rubber bands. What do you think? And super glue. And a raspberry. Anybody know what a raspberry is? Aaron, you know what a raspberry is, don't you? Judy says, good night, what it is? Blowing spit bubbles, says Debbie. Ooh. That can be fun.
That's a form of raspberries, yes.
But no, that's not what I'm talking about. Raspberries. Yeah. No, that's a raspberry like... Right. No, I'm talking about a little tiny computer. It's about that big, and it has a couple of USB ports on it, and you can program it to do simple things like control lights or control servo motors. Most little robots have a raspberry built in. Kevin says, good night, what it is? Amy says, oh, you haven't seen it lately. These robots will impress you. I haven't seen it since the 2000s. So, yeah. It's been a while. And Linda says, Jake, that sounds like this we made in school to shoot things across the classroom. Things we made. Yes, exactly. Ingenuity type robots. Like playing pencils. Remember that?
Pencil break.
Everybody had the biggest pencil or the best pencil. They were all number 2 pencils. But they took on personalities. And people worked with what they had. Some would sharpen the edges. They'd bite the eraser off and sharpen the metal so they could break the pencil better. It's a stupid game, but you do what you do. That's what kids did.
Make slingshots out of paper clips and a rubber band.
Yeah. Turn an ink pen into a projectile weapon. I can do that. You ever seen that before? Turn a clicker pen into a gun. All you got to do is take it apart, take the spring off the bottom, push the tip through, take the plastic piece off the tip, put the tip back in, stick the spring in, put the plastic piece on top of the spring, use the ink pen to stick it down until it clicks, and then turn it around and push the button and it'll shoot that plastic piece out. Pretty good. Not quite as bad as a BB, but pretty good. Enough to sting. Amy says, Saint spit bubbles. Kevin says, I'm going to change my name to Spit Bubbles. Oh, that makes more sense. Saint Spit Bubbles. Yep. Amanda says,
LOL, Kevin.
You're being awful quiet tonight. Say something.
Something.
Debbie says, Kevin, if you tasted like cream cheese frosting, I would have you surgically removed.
I would have
to be surgically removed. I'm not sure that's the thing that he would want to get removed. He'd probably want to keep that tumor. It has a personality. Hello. I'll send you a box of cream cheese. Linda says, LOL, Debbie. Kevin says, Debbie, I'll use that as body wash. Amy says, there used to be blackberries. Remember Hillary's bleached bits, hers? Yeah, blackberry, that's a handheld. It's not quite a tablet. I don't know what you'd call it. It's a blackberry. It's like a word processor in a phone. It's actually not a very good device. They work for office stuff, but that's about it. Check your email, whatever. They did try to upgrade it when the smartphones came out. They made a BlackBerry smartphone, but I just don't think it caught on. It just kind of faded away. Smartphones are way better. The iPad pretty much took all that stuff off the table. The BlackBerry and the Motorola and the Xerox. Remember Xerox? They had an operating system. Did you know that? Did you know that Windows 9.1 was a Xerox operating system? Mixed with a programming language called DOS that was originally just poked holes through a piece of paper and the computer read the holes. They turned that into a binary code and then put it in the DOS operating system and then ran Windows 9.1 based off of the DOS operating system. And Bob's your uncle, you got Windows 9.1. 3.1. How about that? And one belonged to one and the other belonged to the other, and Bill Gates stole them both. Debbie says, sounds like Amanda needs more protein. Amanda?
No. He can't handle it now.
Kevin says, Hillary beat her BlackBerry with a hammer after she bleach bitted it. Yeah. That's silly because all that stuff is kept on a server, and beating her phone with a hammer only got rid of the evidence that she owned a phone. You can still log onto her account and get all her emails. That's how WikiLeaks did it. Remember that random guy that got killed crossing the street? Scott, whatever his name was, that nobody ever knew how he died? Guess who got her account? Kevin says, all after she was ordered to turn them over to law enforcement. Yeah. Yeah, she got away with that crime. She had a server in her bathroom. That's not a random thing. You don't just have bathroom servers. I don't have a server in my bathroom. She did, though. Wonder what she was doing with it. I know she was keeping classified documents on that server that is supposed to stay in a SCIF at the White House. That's one thing she got in trouble for. And Hillary was never even charged with a crime, says Kevin. I know. When your last name is Clinton, you get away with things. I'm not sure why, though. Because who is she other than Bill's wife? But apparently she's gotten away with quite a lot of bad things. Just look at the body count of people that are surrounding the Clintons. It's uncanny how many people that know Bill or Hillary Clinton who have died mysteriously. A large number of them one-time freak plane crashes. Like just after takeoff, they explode in midair, run into a mountain or something like that. It's a large number. That number should be 0. It's not 0. It's not 10. It's not 20. Look into it. Start in Mena, Arkansas. 3 young boys on the railroad tracks. And go from there. Vince Foster. Go from there. Amy says, I thought she used bleach bit first and then hammered them. She did. Bleach bit is just a wiping program. It just wipes your hard drive professionally. Like the CIA can't look into it after bleach bit erases it. If you use things that are consumer level, you can erase your hard drive, but the CIA can still go into that little portion of your hard drive that's at the beginning, the little EFI file, and then retrieve all your data. Because it doesn't actually leave the hard drive. It just gets covered over. It's kind of weird how that works. But if you go buy any hard drive or thumb drive or any device that has any kind of memory storage, if you'll plug it up to the right program, you can look on it like Disk Manager or something like that. And it has a little file at the beginning about, I think it's 735 megabytes or something like that. It's called EFI, and you cannot erase it. But that is put there before you even buy it, and it belongs to the CIA. So every device you own has that on your hard drive right now. You can't see it. It's not in, if you go look in your directory, it's not in there. You have to have a professional software like Disk Manager or something like it, or some kind of partition software, then you can see it. But you can't erase it, and you can't remove it. It's just there. One of those suspicious things. Kevin says, took a hammer to her small devices and had her server bleach bit by the professionals. Yeah, she got rid of some evidence, that's for sure. Debbie says, the Clintons have a long list of suspicious things starting in Arkansas. Oh, yeah. Yes, they do. And you realize when Bill Clinton was governor of Arkansas, Mena, Arkansas, that's when Barry Seals was flying in planefuls of cocaine from the Amazon into Mena, Arkansas. And they were also transporting Iran-Contra soldiers to train in Mena, Arkansas from whatever country they were from. All of that stuff was going on in Mena, Arkansas. A lot of illegal stuff happening there. Kind of makes you wonder what they were up to, the government, and how much Oliver North knew, how much Ronald Reagan knew, and what they were into that we don't know about. There's a lot of weird things happening in Arkansas. And then from that came Waco and the ATF militarizing themselves, and Hillary Clinton charging Janet Reno with all of that information. Yep, that was kind of crazy. Kevin says, what does it matter at this point? Nobody's ever going to charge her with the crime. Yeah, I don't think she's ever going to get in prison for that. There's a lot of things she was involved with. those soldiers that got killed overseas, that got bombed because they were asking for an evac, and she told them to stay put and then had them bombed. I can't remember the name of that operation, but what was it called? Something. I don't remember. Kosovo or something. I don't remember what it was. And Judy says, amen, Kevin. Debbie says the number one killer in America should be knowing the Clintons. Should be. Yeah, trust me, I don't want to know them. Judy says, LOL. Kevin says, Debbie, that's a shit list I don't want to be on. Right. Amy says, Arkansas. That's right. That's it, Benghazi. Thank you, Kevin. Benghazi. That's right. That's the place. Yeah, all of that happened under her watch. Operation Bleach Pit, says Amy. Yeah, she got up to a lot of stuff being Secretary of State that she shouldn't have been involved in. Remember when she went and talked to Putin and she gave him the reset button you buy at Target? The president says, I'm sorry or something. I don't remember what it said. I don't remember. But he looked at her like she was retarded. Like, what is this toy you're handing me? I'm on the world stage and you're bringing me a toy? It was not a good look. Damn reset button. Ain't nothing but a game. The whole world's a stage, and she's the star. That's what she was thinking. Enough of that nonsense. I'm glad she didn't become elected president. Leave it to a Democrat to lose a rigged election. That's how bad people hated her. They rigged the election, and she still lost. Damn. All right, it's 10:30, everybody. I got to go to bed. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Come join me and let's politi-tickle each other to pieces. Kevin says, signed off on the sale of America uranium. Yes, she sold all of our stores of uranium, the yellow cake and the enriched uranium too, to the people that we're now having trouble with. Iran. How about that? How about we're fighting the war right now that she started back then? She gave them the stuff that we're going to have to go up against now. It kind of works out that way, it seems like. Or think about the 2 pallets of money that Obama sent over to Iraq, Kandahar or wherever it was he sent it. I don't remember now. A plane full of pallets of money, like $2 billion or $6 billion, something like that. Unmarked bills, just sent it over there to them. Nobody to this day knows why. But it's written down. They kept record of it. Interesting. There's a lot of weird stuff in those 2 administrations, the Biden and Obama's. You could say they're the same administration. They definitely had an agenda. Amanda?
Nighters, I'll see you tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Untethered Live for Politi-tics. Much love, y'all.
Much love. Kevin says, good night, everyone. Judy says, bye, y'all. And Linda says, good night, all. Debbie, go easy on Kevin. He'll be plowing snow Sunday night. Oh, no. I mean, I guess if she didn't get a tan.
He'll be plowing something.
He'll be plowing something. All right, everybody. Go out in the world tomorrow and be nice to somebody. It'll make your life better. I promise you it will. I'm going to go to bed. My eyes are getting heavy. So, I love you.
He's going to pull him up some booby pillows and go to bed.
You better believe it. I'm going to squish them together and make one good pillow out of them and just lay my head right there on the nipples and pass out.
Put a nipple in his eyeball.
That's right.
We love y'all. Go ahead.
Love you guys. Have a great night. God bless you. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow night.
Night, y'all.